was, and if he was really a cop, he said, "Madame Mystique knows." "Where is she?" they cried. "Is she there?" "Maybe, maybe not." He exhaled, and the smoke from his cigarette curled around his head. "She's made of water and can move through walls without nobody seeing nothing." Everybody laughed. They weren't that gullible. For days, the small cop guarded the tent, and people waited outside in the hope that it would open up and reveal its secrets. Madame Mystique was nowhere to be seen, not a hint of her, until the sun went down behind the skyscrapers on Michigan Avenue. When night fell and the lights of the fair glowed red, yellow, and blue, bells chimed on Soldier Field, incense lingered on the Skyride gondola, a tarot card, Justice, was found on a bench. Those were the clues. Madame Mystique was among them. Her first daytime appearance was a sensation. For weeks afterward, people would argue about how she did it, how it was even possible. She couldn't hold her breath for hours, could she? She couldn't stroll a body of water like it was a boulevard on the Gold Coast. Fact was, at the hottest point of the afternoon, when the sun baked the city, a large crowd flocked to the coolness of the Lost River, waiting in line to take a boat ride to adventure. But suddenly, according to witnesses, the waters of the river began to ripple and then swirl in a widening circle. In the middle of the disturbance, she rose, the crown of her head glistening wet, transparent fabric on her dark hair. A golden headband encircled her veil. Beads of water trickled down her face, her high and noble cheekbones. As she rose, the crowd pressed in, amazed, gasping, pointing. And then a second collective gasp at the golden shimmer on her skin. Real gold? Paint? Could paint do that without dripping? The shimmer was on her neck, her shoulders, and beneath the wet gauze over her golden chest. Her bare stomach, gold. More gauze clinging to her golden thighs, she rose up from the river, just like that. She stood before the astonished crowd, her feet bare, bells ringing on her golden ankles. She opened her eyes and stared at the crowd, as amazed as they were. People who'd been there would later say she looked like a goddess from another world who had just woken up in hours. And then music spread over that mysterious part of the fair, harp, flute, and drum. The Golden Woman, those in the know already whispered, Madame Mystique, began to dance. Her arms curved as if she was taking down the sky. Her leg rose, swept the water at her feet, and the crowd cried out and jumped at the wave that sprayed over them. She spun slowly, a pirouette. Impossible, but there she was, dancing on the water, and hardly a scrap of cloth on her. The parents in the crowd broke the spell first. They covered the eyes of their boys and turned their girls away from this lurid sight. The children squirmed and darted away for a better look at this wonder, a living golden statue with a human face, a golden brown face framed by the wet veil. Her gaze passed over the crowd warmly, a second sun. Then she strolled, on the water, to the sidewalk. At the edge of the crowd, she smiled the most joyful smile, as if she'd just come home from a long, long journey. And then she walked away in slow strides. The crowd wasn't about to be left behind. The people stampeded after her, close but not enough to touch her. Everyone agreed she seemed to float over the fairway. The searing heat of the pavement didn't seem to bother her bare feet at all. Her head turned toward the amusement park at the Belgian village, the freakish promise of the auditorium, the miracle of the television theater, and many more wonders of the fair. When people stopped to watch her, she floated past them, leaving a scent of incense burning in salty grottos. At the Oriental village, the crowd from